let's talk about trash. Most households are recycling, but are you ready to take your recycling up to the next level? You can divert even more trash out of the landfills by composting. It's not as complicated as you think, nor as gross and as stinky. With these quick tips, you'll become a composting pro, have rich soil for your yard, and help save the earth in the process. There are some amazing benefits to composting. First off, it can take out as much as 30% of your household waste from your garbage can. That means you're taking out the trash less, but it also has some huge impacts on the landfill. When organic material makes it to the landfill, it doesn't have enough space to naturally decompose. Instead, it makes a harmful methane gas. According to the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency, this methane gas is a greenhouse gas, and it's actually 25 times more potent than carbon dioxide of trapping heat in the atmosphere. Put that organic matter to better use by creating rich humus for your yard and gardens for free. It will provide nutrients for your plants as well as retain the moisture in the soil, and it helps reduce the need for chemicals found in other costly fertilizers. The type of composter you have will determine what can go in it, but generally it's all about balancing your carbons and your nitrogens. The carbons is what we call brown materials, and this includes nitrogen is what we call the green materials, and this includes generally you want to keep more brown carbons than green nitrogens. So think 1/3 greens versus 2/3 brown. When in doubt, if the compost is acting a little stinky, just add more carbon. There are a few general do's and don'ts of what goes in a composter. There are detailed lists you can find online, but here's a few items that you should avoid. There are a lot of different types of composters, so it's just up to you on what fits your lifestyle. If you have a small amount of space, try a worm bin. If you want something with easy upkeep, try a compost tumbler. If you have more room in your yard, try a bin system. It's important for every system that you give your compost pile a turn every few weeks. This helps aerate the compost, giving a boost of oxygen. Aeration speeds up the decomposition process. So if you have a worm bin, toss it with your hands. If you have a tumbler, give it a spin. And if you have bins, grab a shovel or a pitchfork to turn them over. One last tip is about the process from table to compost. We recommend using a small little bin to put in your fridge and store all your compost. Once it's full, take it to a bucket and shovel. This is where you want to kind of pound it and get it chopped up into small pieces. Small pieces will help avoid animals getting curious on if there's a meal, and also make more surface area so your earthworms or microbes have more room to spread out and get eating. After you've added all your scraps, it's good to make sure you cover them. So if you're in a worm bin, add a layer of newspapers. If you're outside, turn your compost. For our tumbler, we're just gonna give it a spin. And voila, you have composted. If you need inspiration, head to Plum Creek Nature Center to visit their compost trail to give you ideas and ways to have a composter for any home and any budget.